Welcome to Her Health First Wellness Collective, where Black women come first. We're here to educate, advocate, and empower you to take charge of your health. Because your well-being is not optional, it's essential. On today's episode, we're talking about celebrating the small wins. We emphasize the importance of celebrating small victories, maintaining a positive mindset, and the role of gratitude in the healing process. You ready to join the conversation? Come on in. Good afternoon, y'all, and welcome back to Her Health First Wellness Collective. I'm Traci, and as always, we have our favorite guest here, Tamesha. So how you doing today?
Today, it's a little rocking
Okay.
because I was very nauseous and I threw up and I.
So one thumbs down or two?
Two.
Two thumbs. Today is two thumbs down. That's
Definitely two.
Yeah, I don't blame you. That nausea, and we were talking about it earlier where I said the things I feel that would bother me the most would be the nausea, not necessarily throwing up, the nausea. And what was the other thing I said?
Not being able to eat what you want to eat.
And not being able to eat all my favorite foods. Because, honey, let me tell you something. If I couldn't eat my jalapeno kettle cooked potato chips, I would be so hurt. So those would be the two things that would do it for me. So,
not easy. I can tell you that.
I bet. I couldn't even imagine. Oh my gosh. So today, we got a little bit of a wait. Seems like they're busy today, like going. Busy. We did see the nurse practitioner, Rebecca, today, and I love Rebecca. I love her. She is so funny. I love her. Love her. So we saw her and we talked about your labs. What else did we talk about?
About our labs and my fingers.
Your fingers and your skin.
And my skin.
Yeah, on the dark patches on your skin. So we chatted with Rebecca today, and her labs look good. Okay, which we was like, yay, hemoglobin is up. Okay, hemoglobin went up from the last time, so we're very excited about that. Okay. All of that is fitting for what our topic is today. So today we're going to talk about celebrating the little wins. Okay, and that was the first little win that hemoglobin went up. Well, we were just praying that it stayed stable, it stayed the same, but it went up. That's even better. Let's do it. So first section will be daily victories. You ready? All right, let's do it. Okay. What's one small thing you did today that made you feel proud, even if no one else noticed?
Thing that I did, probably not wanted to cry because of how nauseous I was feeling.
Yeah.
Because it was just, I don't like that taste in my mouth, like when my mouth start watering. Once your mouth start watering and your eyes get starting to feel like the water settling in your eyes, and I don't like that feeling.
Right.
But I held it. I held my composure.
You held it together.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Okay. I love it. So, what does a good day look like during treatment? Because life in general is good days and bad days, but during treatment, what does a good day look like?
For me, like a good day, I get up, I brush my teeth, take my shower, in the bed, watch TV, of course, watching TV and Amazon. And when lunchtime, make my lunch. I can still cook. I can still do things. Now I am starting to have with my hands, certain things I have to really take my time. Because as you can see, I should want like you can see two of my fingers. So they're starting to turn like that, so they're kind of like numb. Then the sensation, I don't have the sensation in my hands,
right?
Like how they were before. So like for certain things, like I can't open up an orange. Even me trying to open up a bag like chips. I can't open it the same. I have to use like a knife.
Right.
Just little small things that I'm noticing now.
Right.
That I'm not able to do because of the numbness in my hand. It's not that big of a deal because if I need to open something, I can just use a knife.
Right. Or
ask for help. Definitely are ask for help.
Okay. Was there a moment that you've had recently where you were like, I really did that, even no matter how small? Is it something that maybe you weren't able to do in the beginning of treatment that you're able to do now? Like anything?
It would definitely be consuming that much liquid because there's no way I would ever thought I could consume so much liquid in one day.
Right.
For me, I'm still getting there, but I'm doing way better. See, I've got the big.
That's how many ounces? 33? 33.8, almost 34.
Just drink one of these, and then I drink like my bubbly. I don't really drink juice because juice do not taste the same. I feel like I'll be wasting it because I don't really enjoy it.
Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
That's exciting. So, can you think of a tiny win that meant everything to you. It could be something in treatment, something out of treatment. It could be some news you got, anything that meant some one little thing that just meant so much to you.
I think for me it would be that I'm halfway through, and I know once I finish with the chemo, I already have my scans, like my MRIs and my ultrasounds and stuff set up. So I know once I complete those, then I'll be going on to the next phase, which will be surgery.
Yeah.
And now I'm excited about that because I was just told that they, most likely we're going to take the port out.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited.
Yeah.
About
Okay.
it itches, and then it's like you want to scratch it, but I'm like trying not to scratch it because it's like so delicate. I feel like it's delicate. So they just started itching. It sometimes it becomes annoying.
Imagine.
So that's a big deal for me to be able to get the port out and knowing that I'm going to be getting ready in a couple of months for the surgery just to get it out the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. I love it. All right. So next section is going to be mindset and gratitude. So how did you learn to celebrate little things without waiting for the big milestones?
I think for me, just getting over one little thing, it is a big milestone because like with the chemo, your body go through so many changes. And I would say I'm fortunate. I don't have like a lot of. I do have symptoms, but they're not like where it feels like I can't get through it. The nauseousness, throw up here and there. The nails, the nose here in your hair. It's. I don't care about the hair, but the nose here, yes. But that's we already done talked about the nose here and how I feel about it. But I know for me, I can eat. I might even eat what I want to eat all the time, but at least I can still eat. Like my weight. I maintain my weight is all throughout chemo. So that I'm thankful for. I'm fatigued here and there, but it's not to the point where I'm so fatigued to the point where I can't do nothing.
Right.
And I do have some days where I wake up in the morning and I think I be going too hard, and then I just have to lay my butt down.
Yeah. It's good that you listen to your body, though.
Oh, absolutely. If I don't listen, it's going to shut down me. Like I can do it voluntary or involuntary.
Right. Absolutely. So do you feel like you had to retrain your mind to recognize and honor those little wins, or do you feel like that's the type of person you were before?
I think this is how I am. Pretty laid back. I think that's just my personality. I can't really, make a big, I can't really, I don't have no control. So, this process here, I know I have to go through the chemo, through the surgery, the radiation. I can't really control that, but what I can control is my outlook and how I view it, and how I, continue to, take care of my body, because this is definitely lifestyle that change for me, because I have to eat differently. I can't be eating. I don't like, to be honest. It's a good thing because I don't eat as much sweets as I used to.
You can't.
I don't like the taste of it, and there's like no point of it because it tastes horrible.
Right.
M&Ms, like you want to M&Ms so bad with the peanuts. Oh my gosh, I'm craving for like a Kit Kat. But I know if I try it, it's like I know I'm not gonna like it. And I want to taste. I just want a Kit Kat I just want one so bad in the M&M because I do miss eating those. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So how do you feel like gratitude plays a role in your healing? And if it does, if you feel like it does, did you feel like that gratitude is natural, or you feel like you have to kind of work at it, or not even necessarily work at it? Because I think, in general, you're a pretty positive person. You'll always hype somebody up. Even if they're doing foolishness, honey, she is the biggest cheerleader ever. So, with that and being positive, that's just who you are. But with the gratitude and actually expressing it, do you feel that that's something that you had to work at doing, or do you feel like it came kind of natural?
I think for the gratitude came kind of natural because I believe it's part of my personality. I guess in life, you go through so many different things and stuff. You just appreciate all the good. Just appreciate it because I am thankful.
Right.
That one day at a time. I am able to do my chemo.
Right.
Doing the chemo where good support staff from my family. I got a good, support from my doctors, nurses, everyone. Everyone made this process for me so much easier. And I am so thankful, actually, to be honest. Right. And then Also, another thing too is if you're going through chemo or even after you get through chemo, please utilize your resources because they are resources out there. We'll be posting some of the resources that we applied for, and then different states have different resources.
Right.
I definitely say utilize those resources.
Right, right. Absolutely. Okay, next question. What's something you're proud of now that you feel you may have taken for granted before your diagnosis? I'm sorry, something that you may did I say it right? Something that you may have taken for granted before your diagnosis.
The way I eat.
I was thinking about those M&Ms.
Sure. I used to be, and then the crazy part about it, for some reason, even though I be choking, and when I swallow, sometimes I get more. Peanut gets stuck in my throat or whatever. I don't know. I be choking and I'm still eating. So I think for me being able to not consume as much sugar, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, so you took for granted those little things, being able to eat peanut M&Ms and the Doritos.
But I can eat the Doritos. They don't taste as good, but they don't taste as bad as when I first started keto.
Okay. Oh, that's good. Shoot, that's a win in itself right there.
Yeah, definitely. Because the first time trying Doritos,
yeah,
the M&Ms, I could not even eat. I couldn't even eat a whole. I just have to spit it out.
Right. That's crazy. All right, so this next section is about joy rituals. So the first question is, how do you celebrate when you've made it through a hard day around a chemo or even a doctor's appointment? Do you do anything special?
Do anything special? Like my appointments are pretty much the same. I go in, draw my blood, make sure I'm okay, and if I need to see the doctor, I go see the doctor. I go see the team. Then after the team, I go back to the lobby and start the chemo. That's pretty much the same routine.
Yeah. I know when we leave chemo, most of the time we're talking about the fact that this was round whatever. So like when we leave today, we'll be like, oh yes, round 8 is over. And so we don't do an official celebration per se, but we do talk about it and just definitely express gratitude that, we're moving along. Things are moving. So yeah. All right, what's your go-to way to treat yourself when you hit a small goal? Like I think a big thing for you was your fluid intake. So once you upped your fluid intake, and because you've upped it, it's quite a bit, and then been consistent with it. So what was some way that you treat yourself?
Usually I don't eat a lot of sugar. So for me being
Any just for me rituals during this time to keep your spirits lifted?
to be honest, I just been writing a lot of stuff down, thinking about what's going to be the next step, two, I also utilize my resources on it. When I fill out the part, I utilize the resource that they gave me, and then sometimes you have to fill out applications, or you have to reach out to your doctor for them to fill it out. And then also I keep myself, occupied, just trying to find work. It's kind of like I don't want to get sick.
Part of it. Just for me rituals. Working on resources and finding out what we can do to get them coins up, okay?
Definitely.
No, that's right. And we do have a couple of little projects in the works, so we'll definitely keep y'all posted, okay?
Definitely.
Because now that we got the Glowforge back working, we can get it together. So
out.
That's right. That's right. What little moment recently made you smile so hard it surprised you? Could be anything, maybe with the girls, something about maybe the fact that we're about to move.
Never gonna move.
Yeah.
We went from a bigger space to a smaller space. Now we're going back to a bigger space. So I think now that's definitely gonna give us peace of mind.
Yes.
I feel like we have more space. So now we're able to do the things that we used to do. We used to make our own bread. We used to juice a lot. My niece used to bake. We cook when we still cook, but it's just that because you're in a They're so, they're so little. I mean, they won't really, not say it's something different from it, but they prefer to play with toys and run outside,
Right.
play doctor, everything that they like to play.
Because I know that's something that we talked about recently, and we were all so excited about it. But I know, especially you, to be able to kind of stretch out, spread out, and not having to have the girls on top of us. All right, so next is we'll be talking about encouraging others. So, what would you say to someone who's struggling to see their process because everything still feels so hard?
Well, I say, definitely, just try to be as positive. I know it's probably, you know, it's more easier said than done. Just cancer alone, just you going through this, it really it can take a toll on you mentally.
Yeah, just the word.
Just the word, and then you don't know like how your body's going to react to different medications. So I would say just try to focus on the positive. Right. And then try to see what way you can find to turn that negative to positive, or get like I always say, utilize your resources because your resources are there for you. It may be something that you're going through, but may not be able to think because you have so much stuff on your mind. Your the resources they may be able to provide you with help, additional help, or give you information where they can help you. They've been working in this field. They have resources. So I said just try to focus on the positives and then
Why do you think it's important to celebrate little wins during a journey like this?
definitely celebrate it because it's such a big journey. Your life is completely changing. Yeah. Only if it changed now, it's going to be changed forever. Yeah. You're going to have to continue to still the chemo, you're still in the radiation and surgery. You're still going to have to do testing to make sure that everything is going okay. You're going to always have to be in that mindset and you have to stay on top of everything. Any little change, you have to let your doctor know it affected the same area. Right. You want to make sure. No, I won't say it's low, but I guess the certainly will be the win that I'm ready for that. Because I know once I get there, then I know that I'm really on that. I'm on the road recovery, but I know when you do the surgery, I know it's only radiation that's left, and then I'll be able to go back to work. Yeah. Go back to school, do the things that I was doing before I had the cancer. So that definitely I can't wait. Wait for that.
For me, I can't wait to see you ring that bell, and I know it's not little. It's not a little thing, but I can't wait to see you ring that bell. I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna cry when she rings that bell. I am. I'm probably gonna cry. I can't wait. I cannot wait. 8 more weeks. 8 more weeks. So, how can family and friends support or acknowledge those small victories without waiting for the big moments? How can families help their loved ones celebrate those little wins?
You may know something too. Like what it say? Teach on read on.
Oh yeah.
So you may know, or you may never know. You may know someone that is experiencing with your family member, your loved one, or friend with you, and maybe you can allow them to connect, and then they could talk about it. Or if they have any questions, then they could ask. It's always good to hear from other people that been through it. I think, well, for me, knowing someone that's been through it, I think just hearing what they went through, and know that they're still here, it's kind of like that's a positive. Yeah. Like they did it, I can do it. Right. I'm gonna do it. Just keep saying I'm gonna do it. That's what I'm gonna do. Don't give up.
I think one thing I could say to family and friends that are supporting people as far as the small victories are concerned, I feel like sometimes, like Tamesha, as the patient, may not always see the little things. I think it's easy sometimes to overlook those little things, and the fact, you have to think about it. Everybody's perspective is different. So what I'm looking at from this way, she may not see something that's happening over here, or she may not realize that, this over here happened. So definitely acknowledge those little wins, and something as simple as just mentioning it, or something as simple as, if you know that, Like, I know she likes coconut water, so I'm like, boom, we going to we going to Costco and we gonna buy the big ones, we gonna buy the little ones. Now we're running low, so we're gonna go get some more. But it's things like that, just helping, with the things that that they're able to tolerate, the things that they like, because sometimes the things they like may change a little bit or whatever, but just being there and being supportive. And if you see something, say something. You see something good, say it. We all be quick to tell people something when it's something negative. But if you see something positive, say it, acknowledge it, and then sometimes, even if it's they got out of bed today because yesterday was a rough day, that's a small win. That's a small win. Yesterday was a rough day and today you up and out on May. Look at you. So definitely stay positive and say something, because I feel like our family and friends, we know that we love them, they know that we love them, but sometimes it's just really nice to hear it. It's nice to hear, I'm proud of you. It's nice to hear, oh, you look so nice today. It's nice to hear, oh, look at you with your cute bald head, because that's what I tell that's what I told her. She is so cute with her little bald head. Yeah. If it wasn't so cold, I definitely would have rocked it. She is so cute. And so yeah. Here, by the way, is growing back a little bit. Yeah, she got a little peach fuzz back there. So yeah, so definitely, if you see something, say something. I I mean, I don't know because I'm not the patient, but just in listening to you talk, I feel like, which I guess a lot of people are this way. You feel like, dang, like this came into my life and now it's a burden on me. It's a burden on everybody else. Like, man, look at how much this has affected everybody else. And it's easy for, them as the patient to feel like a burden and feel like they caused everybody's life to change, or they're making people uncomfortable or whatever have you. So, sometimes just reminding them that this is life. This is what we do. We family. This is what we do. Your journey is my journey, and we doing this together. At the end of the day, together. And I know we talked about like coming to chemo, and she was saying how, I think the movie you were watching where they were like, the lady went to chemo by herself and all this other stuff. Well, let me tell you something, okay? Because Tamesha was not coming to chemo by herself. Tamesha don't go nowhere by herself, okay? Because I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm gonna be right there. Okay, I may not be doing nothing, but I'm gonna be there. Okay, we're gonna do it together. Because I just feel like, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot from beginning to end. It's a lot, and mentally more so than anything. So, anytime that I could be with her and we can chat and we could talk and we could laugh and it can take her mind off of this journey, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So definitely. Well, that was our last question. Don't feel like you are alone, because absolutely so not. People that either went through it or going, right, and or going through it. Mm-hmm. So just don't feel like you are alone. Yeah, because you're not. You'd be surprised. You're not alone. Yeah. But I do get why some people wouldn't want their family members to be there, mm-hmm, because they feel like a burden. Mm-hmm. I get where they're coming from, but I feel like don't think that way, because you're already going through enough. Yeah. And I feel like you should allow your family to, right, you know, just tell them what you want from them. Yeah. I feel like you shouldn't have to do it by yourself. Yeah, set up those boundaries. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Because like she said, it's a big thing to begin with. You already have a lot on your plate. So, adding more stuff unnecessarily because you think you're a burden, or you think this and you think that. And, a lot of times it's not the case. So definitely let your support squad support you. Definitely let them support you. And it's hard. I know it's hard. I know it's hard, but you got to do it, because cancer is not just, one person's journey. Cancer is something that, it's a collective effort. It's kind of like raising kids. It takes a village. It takes a village. So definitely. Well, Mish, as usual, thank you so much for sharing your experience. Thank you for allowing me to share your experience. And then, like we always say, if one person, just one person, could take something away from one of our videos, then we know that we've been successful. This journey, oh gosh, this is February, March, April. So we're almost 3 months into this journey, and it doesn't feel like it's been 3 months. It feels like it's just kind of flown by, but it hasn't. it hasn't, since those first days of just, from diagnosis to first doctor's appointment where, we were just like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know what's going to happen. And, all that uncertainty. It seems like it was just yesterday, but it was almost three months ago. It is. We're getting it done. Yeah.
One round at a time.
That's right. That's right. Well, thank you all, as usual, for tuning in. We definitely appreciate your support on social media, on YouTube. We appreciate your support. If you have commented on these videos on YouTube, please bear with me because I'm struggling trying to figure out how to reply to the comments. So if you have commented and I have not, or, well, it's usually me that'll comment on YouTube. If you comment on YouTube and I have not replied to your comment, just know that I'm working on it. Okay. It's a struggle, but I'm working on it. So I don't know if it was the device I was using or whatever, but I'm going to get to it. We do appreciate, everybody's input. Those of you that are, just starting the journey, just finished or in the middle of it, definitely we're sending big hugs and support out to you. And please, comment, like, share, subscribe, all of that, because we appreciate you. And like we said, we just want everybody who's out there dealing with this to know that they're not alone. We got you. We got you.
We're here. We're going to support you. Okay?
That's right. That's right. So until next week, thank you again for your support. We love y'all. Y'all are great. And Tamesha, thank you again. And then we will see you next week on round what? Round 9. It'll be the second half. So see you next week. Thanks for tuning in to Her Health First Wellness Collective. I hope today's video gave you the knowledge, inspiration, or support that you needed. If you found this helpful, please be sure to give the video a thumbs up and share it with someone who could use it too. And don't forget, subscribe and hit that bell so you never miss a new upload. Now let's keep the conversation going in the comments. Your voice matters here. Until next time, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and remember, her health comes first. See y'all soon.